Up everyone, Stephen Hurd with Hurd Homes Real Estate here in Orange County, California. And today I'm going to give you 4 steps that you need to do in order to close more new construction sales in your real estate business. Let's dive right into the content. Step number 1. One of the things that you can do to get more new construction business is you can preview every single new community that's built within your area. Now, I don't know where you're at. In Orange County, California, where I'm at, there are probably 1 to 2 new communities being built every month. So there's not a ton of new construction. Maybe 3, 4 in the specific cities that I serve in Southern Orange County. So with that being said, every time there is a new construction community, my goal is to get out there and preview it and meet with the builders, meet with the sales reps, see what the models are like, and I'll explain why that's important later, but I want the education of the floor plans, the amenities, the taxes, the Melrose, and the HOA, because when I meet a buyer at an open house, if I have all that information to them, if I have all that information ready, they are very likely to allow me to assist them in the new construction sale. There's not a lot of resistance. When you have the information, you don't have a lot of resistance. So that's step number 1, is make it a priority to preview these new construction homes. If you have a team, make it a day of the week that you go with your team, or maybe every other week you visit new construction communities. It's fun. You can create good social media content, and also you'll get all that information you need to convert more leads. The second thing that you need to do is you need to bring up new construction on every buyer consultation. The first thing that you need to bring up is you need to explain to them, hey, by the way, you need to ask them this question. Have you guys considered, or would you ever consider, a new construction home? You need to understand what their timeline is, if that's an interest of theirs. Some people that I have thought would not be interested in new construction, or maybe because I'm more budget conscious or a little bit more conservative financially, I really don't see the appeal in new construction, so I assume that these buyers wouldn't. But I've asked them that question. They said, yeah, we're actually really strongly considering that, or we would love a new home. So that's number 1, is ask them if they would consider it, or if they have. Step number 2 is you want to say, great. If you are considering new construction homes, I can actually help you. The builder will pay for my services. I will be your advocate throughout the entire process. The only thing that the builders ask is that I'm with you on the first showing. So if you do want to tour any new construction communities, will you reach out to me right away so I can schedule them for you? And secondly, would you allow me to be there with you on the first showing? And you ask them that question. You want to get their verbal commitment. I'm telling you guys, this is really, really important. If you don't get their verbal commitment, it's likely that they're just going to go on a whim one day or get excited and want to check it out. But if you explain to them, and this is the way I explain it a little bit more broken down, I'll say, now, if I'm not with you on that first showing, if I don't physically step into the office the same time you do in the new construction community, the builders will deny you real estate agency representation. What does that mean? They will not allow you to work with a realtor to work for your best interest, and instead you'll be forced to work with the salesperson of the new construction community. Now, who do you think is going to be more on your side? The salesperson with the new construction community who has to make the highest profit, has sales quotas, and has to make sure you pay the most, or the realtor who gets paid either way, so they'll give you objective advice and help you out in the process. So that is how I've been able to get clients to basically say, oh yeah, absolutely. And I've had multiple times happen, hey Stephen, we just want to let you know, we saw this new community come up. Do you think you'd be able to show us the community this week? And I've been able to get them in there and close that new construction sale. Okay? The third thing that you need to do to close more new construction sales is, and actually just went over this point, is you need to make it clear that you need to be there on that first new construction tour. I'm not sure where you're at. However, in Orange County, California, the builders will not pay us. They will not allow us to collect a commission. They will not allow us to be part of the process if the buyers step foot in the office before we get there. So that's how strict they are. So make it clear to them that they need to be there on the first tour. And I promise you, some of your current existing clients, when they know that, you will close more sales just by way of that. The fourth and last thing that you need to do to close new construction sales is you need to clearly articulate the value for working with you. So before I explain to them, hey, I need to be there with them on the first showing, or hey, I can help you with new construction, I really want to go deep on the value of what I have to offer as a new construction. So why would they work with me versus with another agent? Okay, so this is why it's important to preview all the new construction communities in the area. So the first item of value, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, one of the great benefits of working with me is that when you're looking at new construction, you might be seeing 1 or 2 communities this year. Over the last 13 years, I've got the opportunity to see hundreds of new construction communities being built. So I can give you a holistic perspective and I can help you understand which communities are best for you based on your individual needs. The builders, and they're going to try to sell you their community. I'm going to work with you to help see which community is best for you. So that's the first item of value. The second item of value is that I have relationships with the builders. Again, this goes back to previewing. Because I've already visited these communities, I've talked with the salespeople, I have relationships with them, and they've agreed to work with me if I have any buyers that are interested in the area. So when you work with me, you're working with somebody who has relationships with the builders, knows what they want, knows what the competition is, and can give you better details to make sure that you get the preferred lot, to make sure that you get the right floor plan that works for you, and you'll just get better insight to make better decisions. The third item of value that I bring to you as a buyer is I represent your interests in the transaction. You see, the builder has hired salespeople. These salespeople have sales quotas. Unlike me, I only make money when we close escrow. But these people have sales quotas, and they are going to work their hardest to push you into the community, their community, to get the most amount of upgrades for the home and to do all of the things that benefit their sales quota. I'm going to encourage you to do the things that are best in your financial interest, that are in your financial best interest, and that help you out. The fourth thing is, I'll say, Mr. Buyer, one of the things, there are certain things that you can only learn through experience. Okay, you can't take a test and automatically know how to drive. You got to get behind the wheel a few times. Heck, you might even have to get into some accidents in order for you to be a safe, more aware driver. Same thing happens with building a home. There is actually a lot that can go wrong. A lot of your expectations cannot be met if it's not explained to you properly. So one of the values of working with me is I know all the questions to ask that you might not even be aware of. And I can ask them all the things to get you all the information so that you go in eyes wide open and you're not worried about what's going to happen or for example, one silly thing is a lot of new construction communities don't put grass in the property. So clients move in assuming I'm going to get this freshly manicured lawn and it's just dirt. So these are the things that I as a realtor can help you identify, set expectations for, and help you to overcome. Okay, so that's me talking to the consumer. Those are the 4 value items. And honestly, I don't get a lot of kickback. When somebody's interested in new construction and I tell them these are the things that I offer and I preview the communities and I have information that they need, usually it's a very easy sell, to be honest with you. I really don't get a lot of objections in that area. So let's recap the 4 things that you need to do. Number 1, you need to visit each community in your area so that you know information that the consumer can't find online. Number 2, you need to bring it up in the buyer consultation. You need to ask them, hey, are you considering a new construction home? Number 3, you need to make it clear that you need to be there on the first showing so that they don't go to the community without you. And number 4, you need to give them those value items that I shared with you, practice those scripts, so that you're making sure that they see the benefits of working with you. And when they see the value, they're not going to go anywhere else. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Go out there and close some more new construction sales. And I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks again.